What is happening there, citizens of the Reject Nation? We are going to talk about some weird Indiana Jones 5 controversy where the director himself, he's firing back. That is Sir Director James Mangold, a fantastic director. But before that, first order of business. John, how's it going?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, whip that like button. Whip like Indiana Jones. Secondly, I want to give the regular viewers a heads up here that we're going to be out of town from the 12th through the 20th. Keep that in mind. If anything massive drops, might not be around for it, but we are prepping many videos in advance. So yeah, we're just going to do our best, but we'll keep things in a regular schedule come January. But in the meantime, let's talk about this piece of news. Here's what we'll do. We're going to Tarantino this a little bit. All right. First, I'm going to read to you guys what James Mangold tweeted out. Then we're going to talk about what he's talking about, and then explore it a little bit because it's just kind of it's a little ridiculous, a little silly, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching the chaos at Lucasfilm. It's always amusing because Lucasfilm's reputation is just so like up and down. Like the internet with Lucasfilm is one amazing journey. But anyway, here's what Mangold tweeted out. It's a 3-parter tweet thread. Here we go. One more time. No one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance. And he never was, not in any cut or script, but trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks. And please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos and interviews, and you get enough info to make wild guesses about a movie plot. The diff between trolling a-holes and everyone else is they're trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. They push controversial guesses as coming from sources to gin up clicks, let it go, end. And here's my favorite part. The top reply is, I am very ticked that the director is trying to cover up all this with damage control because what is leaked out already and how they want to ruin Indiana Jones. Get Kathy Kennedy off the set, off the movie making, and get this done right. Do not give that other character immediately. Just completely disregarding. Now, what is James Mangold talking about exactly, right? Let's unpack this. So I'm going to talk about an ending of a leak. And now I'm going to talk about it because according to James Mangold, it's all bullshit. Yep. That's why I'm willing to talk about it, because he is trying to make it abundantly clear that is just plain and simple not true. So I'm going to talk about what he's describing here. I don't know if you've heard of what this supposed leak is, but it's silly. And if it happens, man, it's real crap. But it doesn't sound likely, especially with the director himself going out of his way to say it's not happening. So what mainly happens in this leak is that some of us have been thinking that it deals with time travel. Like I heard Dial of Destiny, and then you see those flashback footage, like, does this deal with time? Even I thought that. But what this leak surmises is that there was like test screenings held. James Mangold has already denied that any test screenings already took place. In this leak, it's that Phoebe Waller-Bridge, through time travel hijinks, ends up pretty much going back in time. And you see like a montage of the Indiana Jones movies, and it's her. So she has like taken the place of Indiana Jones through like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, through it's this basic like reworking and rebooting, and it was like, oh, it was actually, I think her name's Helena or Helen. It was Helena the whole time. It was her the whole time. So they rewrite the history of Indiana Jones with making it her, and then she would take over the franchise. Is basically what it sounds. Insane and ridiculous. And what I love about how everyone just started immediately buying it is because it's Lucasfilm. because it's Disney, and someone came up with the most brilliant idea of like, what is the wokest shit we can come up with?
We literally replaced our iconic male hero characters with a female actor.
And he's had to deny this like several times. To me, it's like, okay, even if that is the current ending, you got to change that because no way in hell I wouldn't even be on board with that. That just sounds like an insult. And as someone like James Mangold, who loves Indiana Jones, he's a director who wanted to do this because he reveres this franchise.
Sure.
No one with a real reverence for Indiana Jones would want to erase the history of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That is just batshit to me.
It was already hard enough to give him a son the last time around.
I know, right?
And the second he put on that hat, everyone lost their minds. So I can highly doubt. Like, this sounds like the most trollish troll to ever troll. Like, unless the movie drops and this really is what it is, this seems like the most obvious joke.
Yeah, no. Like I think like there's got to be some type of time travel element. I do believe that that's going to be in the movie some way. But that ending itself, I'm like, no, come on. Like the fact that the director's literally spelling it out for you that it's just not going to happen. We are not going to do that. And yet there are people who still believe these other clickbait
sources,
headlines
they are
and
sources.
YouTube channels. It's just like, no, come on, guys.
You're just looking for something to get upset about and to rail against because we just got the trailer, so there has to be a resurgence of the anti-hype wave, right? I mean, the thing dogging this movie the whole time is Phoebe Waller-Bridge going to replace Indiana Jones? And it's like, Harrison Ford isn't going to be Indiana Jones for much longer. Let's just enjoy him while he's here.
Yeah. Like, could I see a version of this movie ending where they decide to give the franchise or do some type of spin-off thing with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character? Sure. Why not? Yeah, I could see that happening. They have a show in development that I believe is about Marion Ravenwood's dad or some shit.
Cool, that's what we need.
That's what we wanted to always know about. What was up with Marion's papa? I want to see the adventures there. I don't think they're going to do something where they erase. No one's going to be cheering and hootering and hollering for that, and no one would want that. And I feel like James Mangold is smart enough to know that would be the end of his career as a director if he were to proceed
Once
with
Indy
that.
5 drops, he's going to come out and announce that he is the director of Deadpool 3, and it's going to take place after Logan, and Logan is back alive.
And Kathleen Kennedy, if I'm not mistaken, she's one of the producers of the original Indiana Jones films, right? Like she's partnered up with Spielberg on those movies. I don't think she would want to slight the legacy or insult it in some way.
Yeah, and you also still have involvement from folks like Steven Spielberg, who I doubt are going to let you just drive the ship into the ground, regardless of what your thoughts were on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people around who would be able to catch something as outlandish as that. And I think that as much as we are in a phase in an era now where we are doing tons of de-aging, we're bringing actors back, and we're ignoring sequels, and we're being very modular with our franchises. It just doesn't make any sense, especially for the way they've been talking about this up to this point, for the enthusiasm Harrison Ford has had for it up until this point. Like, nobody's behavior surrounding this movie suggests what this leak, this potential leak.
Why would Harrison Ford be cool with this?
Yeah, I know. Why would he sign on to this friggin' movie? Because he clearly doesn't have to, and it seems like the one franchise, like, he doesn't seem to care as much about Han Solo as he does about Indiana Jones. And I feel like, yeah, like, this wouldn't be the send-off for him if that was the case, the true send. Like, you wouldn't literally erase his visage from the history of the character as a fitting and loving send-off to him. You want to be mad if you're buying this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really easy to make anything under the Lucasfilm. Like, already the Disney umbrella, it's really easy to make an enemy out of. But Lucasfilm, specifically that section, is so easy to rile people up because they ruined Star Wars.
We will never forgive them. No matter how many Andors they make, how many other things
I
they
forget that
correct.
Indiana Jones is technically a Lucasfilm thing.
Yeah.
I forget that. But anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, I just thought this was like ridiculous, and stop buying into it. Just stop. Stop buying into it. Okay. All righty. Well, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna go through with that ending still?
Yep.
Leave your thoughts down below. Go ahead, subscribe, leave a like. You can check out Indiana Jones 5 trailer reaction, and we'll talk with you all soon.